Boys and girls, today we're going to be creating a family portrait. And a family portrait is really just a picture that we make of our family, okay? But before we can do that, we're going to create this really cool frame using patterns, okay? So I want you to start thinking about all of the patterns that you could make, and you're going to be making them in a circle, okay? So you could do emoji face patterns, right? Where you do happy, sad, uh-oh, happy, sad, uh-oh. This one's ice cream cones, hearts, ice cream cone, heart. You could do anything you want. You could even use a word that you repeat over and over and over and over, okay? Or just circle, small circle, big circle, right? Small circle, big circle. You could do that all the way around. So I'm going to set this aside. You're going to get a square piece of paper that looks like this, and we're going to use a tracer. But if we don't have tracers, depending on where I'm at, maybe we'll use a paper plate and we can trace around the plate. But for this video, I'm going to put this tracer on here and take a pencil and go around the outside of my tracer to make a nice big circle. Okay, and I'm pressing kind of lightly. I know I'm going to erase this line. You can see I almost erased it all. Looks like I have a little more erasing to do here. We're not going to trace that line. We're going to let our pattern be the frame or the border around our picture, not that line. Okay, that line is just going to guide us in where to put our pattern. Okay, so before I go on, I'm going to put my name and my class code on the back. And you're either in KA, maybe you're in KB, maybe you're in KC, or if you're with me at Grant Wood, you might be in K1, or K2, or K3. Okay? Then flip it back over, and we're going to switch from pencil to a marker, okay? Because we don't want to have to trace all of our lines. That if we do it with pencil first, then we got to go over all of it with markers, so we don't want to do that. Now I got to go back to thinking about my pattern. In this one I did a puppy and an ice cream cone and dots in between. I think I'm going to do something different for this one. For this pattern, I think I'm going to do a heart, because I really want to include a heart this time. And I'm going to leave 2 finger spaces and just do a heart all the way around. And then I'm leaving those 2 finger spaces because I know I'm going to put something else in here. So I'm going to do this just so I can kind of evenly space my hearts around my circle. And I'm turning it because I can't really draw a heart very good upside down. So I'm going to keep turning it as I go. And then as I'm getting closer here, I'm like 2 fingers, 2 fingers. Yeah, that should be just about right to put one right in the middle there. Okay. Now I need to pick something else. I love flowers. Oh, I said I was going to do butterflies. Yeah, I definitely want to do a butterfly. I'm just going to simplify a butterfly. I think I'm just going to do like his body and his head, and then 2 curved lines for his wings. Oh, and he's got to have antennas. So I'm going to do a body, head, curve, 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 curve. Okay, I made it all the way around. Yep, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm really just going to make a dot, but I'm going to make it kind of a big dot, like that. I'm going to fill it in. Now I'm going to really put my Sharpie lid on really tight. We don't want those to dry out. And I'm going to get my eraser, and I'm going to get rid of this pencil line right here, because I know I don't want to keep that pencil line. Okay, so now that we have created our border, we need to add our family, but I want to talk to you about the shapes that make up a human body, okay? So if I am going to draw a person, first of all, I need to make sure everybody has an oval head, right? A little square neck maybe. I could use a rectangle or an oval for this part of our bodies, right? Whatever shape you want to put in there, you could put in there. But it's a long, kind of rectangular. Sometimes it's rounded right here. So when I said oval, you probably could use an oval shape here if you wanted to. You should have two long, skinny rectangles for your legs. If your arm is going to bend, you could use two shorter rectangles to make it bend right here. But if you just want a straight arm, could you do just a straight rectangle here? Yeah, you could. And your hand is a circle with little ovals connected to it. So this is like a circular shape, and then you could make little ovals to attach to make the fingers, okay? So when you make your family, you've got to do some planning, right? You need to, first of all, I would say let's just draw a very light line across the middle. This is going to be our horizon line. I want to make sure my family is standing here. Their heads could be above the horizon line, but I want their feet on the land, okay? So I have Mr. Walker and myself are my family right now. My kids have grown up and moved away, and we have two dogs. Unfortunately, one of them is gone now. So I used to draw my family like this with Samson and Delilah, but now Delilah's gone, so I'm just going to put Samson in there. See, I drew it the last time. I drew it with two dogs too. Okay, so I'm going to start with our heads. I'm just going to put in two ovals, one for me and one for Mr. Walker. Okay, we're going to be standing next to each other, so I'm going to put each of us a neck, and then I am going to put a rectangle here. Now you could put whatever shape you want. I'm going to put rectangles. Oh, you know what I just realized? Mr. Walker's a little taller than me, so I am going to have to make this oval a little bit higher up because he's taller than I am. So he's probably this much taller than me. There we go. And he's got a little bit longer body, so I'm going to make his a little longer. Now I don't want this horizon line to cut us in half, so I'm going to get rid of it right there, just behind us maybe. Okay. Now, for legs, long, skinny rectangles, right? Long, skinny rectangles. My arms, let's see, I'm going to put my arm, well, you could make your arm bent and just do like a diagonal line like this if you wanted to, but I think I end up making it too long when I do that. So I'm just going to go small rectangle, and I'm going to put this hand right on my hips. I'm going to be like standing here with my hand on my hips. Now you can make yours however you want. And I think this arm is just going to be down by my side. Okay, there's my fingers and my thumb. Okay, and then this is Mr. Walker. I'm going to put one of his arms like this. So rectangle, rectangle, hand, finger, 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 thumb. I'm going to have this arm of his going around me, so it's behind me. So there's a rectangle behind me in there, and maybe his hand is on my arm. So I'm going to do his hand right here. He's got his arm around me, okay? And then we both have feet, so I'm going to put my feet going this way, and I'm going to put his feet going this way. Now, I could put my feet like this. I could put them going out. Depends on how you want your feet to be, okay? And then I think my head should actually be just a little bit smaller than his head because I am a little bit smaller than him. Now, if I want to have a skirt on, girls, if you want to make yourself have a skirt, you could just do a triangle line here and get rid of those legs because the triangle would make a nice skirt shape, right? Kind of a, like if I was imagining there's a triangle here, but I don't draw the top of it, okay? And then I'm going to bring my shirt up just a little bit higher. There's my skirt. And then I don't need these lines here. I think, well, I guess that would be my shoes, wouldn't it? Okay. Now for eyes, everybody has eyes, so don't forget to put in your eyes and your nose and your mouth. Eyes, nose, mouth. Now Mr. Walker has a mustache, so I got to draw on a mustache here. We all have ears, so don't forget your ears. Okay, and then I have long hair, so my hair kind of parts in the middle and goes down long. I'm just going to draw some long hair. Draw your hair however your hair is. And then, oh, my hair, you don't see my ears, so I actually have to erase those because you do not see my ears when I have my hair down there. And Mr. Walker, his hair goes like this, down by his ears a little bit. Okay. Now I got to put a shirt on him. I think his shirt, he usually wears a dress shirt. That has a collar, so I'm going to give him a collar. And his pants actually come up to about here. So I'm going to raise that up a little bit. You just make it look how you think it looks when you see your parents, okay, or your family, or your brothers or sisters. You're going to add everybody that lives in your house. So My dog lives in my house, so I'm actually going to add a dog over here. This is going to be Samson. He's getting really old now, but he's got an oval body too, and legs. He likes to stand up on those legs, so I'm just going to kind of do an oval, 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 oval. And his hind legs are kind of curved like this, so it's like there's a big oval, small oval, and then a foot, which would end up looking like, I think I'm going to make it just like a big oval and a small one, and there's a line up the middle. And he's got a tail too, so that's kind of a crescent shape because he has a big fancy tail. 2 ears. All right, that looks a little bit like my dog. As good as I can do it when I'm sketching here for you. All right, now once you have yourself drawn in, we're going to put our pencils away. We're going to go back to our Sharpie. Now hopefully you drew this big enough. I think when I go to do the face, I'm not going to do it with Sharpie. I'm going to do it with a really skinny Sharpie. Mrs. Walker has some really, really skinny ones. I'll have to get those out for you later. But the main lines I'm going to do with this Sharpie. So my horizon line, my lines that go around Mr. Walker's shirt. I'm going to do those important lines. I'm going to go around his head. I'm not going to go inside his face though, because I know this marker is way too big for that. There we go. I'm going to do my face and my shoulders and my shirt. But I'm not going to do everything. Let's see, this is my arm. There's his fingers and his thumb. Fingers and thumb. All right, once you have everything traced, then we're going to be coloring it all in. So trace and then color in. I did not put that circle inside my hand because I know that was just to remind me where my hand was, but I don't want to actually draw that in. You don't have to draw this as a circle. When you go around it, just go around your fingers, and then you can erase that pencil line if you don't want it to be there, and I don't want it to be there, so I'm going to erase it. Okay? And then I'm going to go around Samson. And lastly, oh, I see a little bit of my horizon line. Do you guys see it there? Yep, I need to go around that horizon line. Make him have a bushy tail there. I need to finish this right here. I noticed that this needs to go over to here and stop right at your border. Okay, some of these pencil lines I'm going to erase. I'm going to put his belt in there. Okay. And then Mrs. Walker will get, so I'm going to erase any pencil lines that I don't want to see here because I see a lot of pencil lines that I don't need. But I don't want to erase my face. That I'm going to put in with a skinny Sharpie. Mrs. Walker has some really skinny ones for you. And then you're going to color this in. So when you color it, I want to show you this one. I took a rubbing crayon. Do you remember the rubbing crayons where you lay them on their side and you kind of just use them to color this in real quickly? Let me pause this and grab one. Okay, so the rubbing crayons, I got some crayons here too. Rubbing crayons, a quick way to do this is to take the blue and just lay it flat on its side and rub across. So I can color this in pretty fast just by doing it on its side for most of it. And then when I get up close here, ooh, I better pick it up. When you get close, pick it up and just use the tip of it. Don't do the rubbing into your hair and stuff, okay? I'm just going to go do this for the really close stuff. And then the green, I'm just going to pick a green because I want this to be green grass down here. But the big area of the green, I can use the side, the flat side of my crayon. And I kind of like the way the texture is on this too. Then when you go to color, go ahead and pick out the colors that you think look the closest to you. I have some skin color crayons because this is not the only color that skin is. I have some that I can put out on the table that have lots of different colors of brown. You may find the color that you want in here, but if you don't, let me know because I have a lot more skin tones in a basket that can help us with getting the right color for our skin, okay? There's so many different skin colors. This Walker's not seeing all of them in here. Here's one. Yeah, so there's lots of different browns in here too. All right, have fun. I want you to color it in. Also color your border, but leave the outside of your paper white.